We can first year from 40 to
It also treats prostate.
Yeah. You can demonstrate. Free treatment globally, and when we came here, they told us it is free of charge. I don't know how true that is, because now that is contradictory from what you said. Yeah, because I was asking about that. You said everyone has to pay. There is nothing free, from what I quoted.
Outside, but in Uganda you offer free. That's why we can't pay.
In other countries,
Okay, I think you'll answer afterwards, because from my question, the answer you gave me, you kind of insinuated that people have to pay. You know, payment may not be so bad, so long as we are getting a good service, and more so because we are looking at making this better. First of all, I have to commend the work which is being done. At least there is something in 38 years you can show as this government in the health sector. I can say for the first time, you know, they say even a wrong clock can tell the right time twice in 24 hours. So this one is good, but we only need to know how much it is. We are not in opposition just for the sake of opposing, no. We have to be objective because we want our people to be healthy. But now my last concern, I don't know how these people are enumerated. I asked a question. Every machine we are going to, I was asking how many do we have that can operate it? Like, I don't know, the physicist, I don't know what, planner, physicist, eh? You told me there are 3. I don't know, are they 8? There are some who are 8. The number is so small for all. In fact, like Dr. Utu, they are only 3. So this should be national treasures, by the way. I don't know how much they are paid. And as Parliament, we should be concerned in knowing, this is, I think, where Kenya beats us, that such people are paid a lot of money so that they don't have these issues like, oh, my child has a problem with the fees and this and that. Because I think the way, from what you told us, these people come very early, as early as 4, I think. 4. Now, they have also a life to live. They've studied for so long. But I think Uganda is not valuing them. So we should pay them higher. I don't know how they are remunerated. This one, don't worry. The people who are working, I need a straight answer, because this is a committee. How much are they paid? Then compare to how much they are paid in Kenya, because we don't want them to run to Kenya. We have so many who are in Kenya who have run away from here. Even if you give them a ministerial job, they can't return. I have friends, they say, even if you are making me a minister, I can't come back, because he's earning 4 times what a minister earns. And this is, in football, you know, you can find a player being paid more than the coach. So I don't mind a specialist being paid more than the minister even, so long as he's going to help us save our lives. Thank you. I rest my case.
Countries that borrowed money from African Development Bank. So the original countries that borrowed were Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and Rwanda. Burundi borrowed later. Kenya, for the nephrology center, they're also building a training and research facility. They also had changes in their scope. They have also got additional funding of $20 million from the African Development Bank, although they got their additional funding last year. So they are progressing with the construction of their facility. Tanzania did not get additional funding. Initially, they built lecture rooms, but then they realized that they did not have a hospital to train the health workers, although they had built a training and research facility. So last week, they had approval of $75 million to build a cardiology hospital as part of this financing. Rwanda is the only country that is on course to finish, I think this year, but also they have gone back to ADB for additional financing to build more than just lecture facilities. So it seems at the inception of the loan, of the program, it was really for research and training, but each country had unique needs that they factored into the program. And I think the director will respond to remuneration as well as the hostels in the master plan.
Been working with, and I want to thank you for saving time to come here to see the work that was going on. That we know that the project at the beginning delayed, but we are happy that where we are, we see a lot of progress, and we believe that the new expected completion of this project, we shall be able to meet our deadline, and we hope that even in the presentation they will be able to highlight how they are going to do it to make sure that we complete in time, so that we don't give again another deadline as we have been doing. So I want really to hand over to Finasi to take us through on the presentation. Can we ask that bag to move the bag, please?
Because a privilege is a privilege and godly given, and it is by law for an officer sitting in the office which is public. Access to information is real. So I don't know why my good sister Muzungu is denying to give us those copies, because when we get them later, there is a process of chief examination and re-examination. Where shall we come back here for re-examination really, when the report given later is contrary to what we have received? Actually, I'm disappointed, the Honorable Chair. My sister Muzungu maybe must tell me why are you not giving us those reports. My second question, Honorable Chair, that's incumbent on you, Chair. If you were to concede the proceeding that in such a manner, it is upon you.
And it is for the population of Uganda. And we have two people, our legal officer and the engineer, who work very closely, engineer team, who work very closely with these people, and they monitor what is going on here on a daily basis. But we also have a consortium of engineers from Ministry of Works who are based here 24/7 working with these people, because it is our project and the contractor is doing it on our behalf. The role of the Ministry of Health in the recruitment process, I think PS, you will answer this question. I know we have discussed it severally and we know what is going on here, but I will request that you answer it. Why we have put nuclear energy department in the same building, I will ask our contractors. Can you answer the question?
Yes.
Yes. Why we have nuclear energy in the same building? Later. I'm distributing the questions. The entire cost of the building, I will answer, and then the PS will come in and Charles will come in. But we needed finance. Finance is not here, because just to bring you on board, this entire project is under the office of the Prime Minister. It is Ministry of Health project. And there are several other ministries that supervise, including Ministry of Finance. The successful candidates, I don't know whether our legal officer, you have the list. Good. the land will tell you about it. Then maybe I should begin. And later on others will come in. We signed our PWA in 2015. The project works agreement in 2015. The negotiations and financial closure was in 2018 December. We handed over the site in June 2019. And then the initial end date for construction was supposed to be September 2021. Many of you will recall that COVID came in 2020, and so we had challenges. And there were many extension dates due to unforeseen circumstances. So our new end date is June 2026. But we expect that by November 2025, there will be partial opening of the facility. The contract sum as of now is 379 million. And physical US dollars, and physical progress is at 46% for the main building of the hospital, but the other utility buildings are done, and that is why training, it is not enough for 49 million Ugandans or 50. It is just part of the facilities that we can have. That is why, Chair, during our discussion, I told you that we plan to have regional centers in all the 18 regions of Uganda, and we have started that. But in all these urban areas, the hugest population is in Kampala metropolitan area. That is where people congregate. So people will come here for cancer services. People will go to Uganda Cancer Institute, which is the main heart of our cancer treatment. People will go to Heart Institute, and I want to appreciate you for the loan of the Heart Institute, whose groundbreaking will take place in January. Processes are complete. We can't groundbreak now, it is a festive season. But everything is done, the contractor is ready, and that is the heart of management of our Heart Institute, of cardiac problems. But there will be regional centers, again, for the huge population that we have. So Cancer Institute, Heart Institute, and all the other specialized institutes are involved in what is going on here. Just like they were involved in what was taking place in the Pediatric Children's Hospital and gave support to boost it up. Because we need these specialized facilities, and we don't need only one, we need them everywhere. You asked how specialized will it be? All the services will be specialized services. There are no general services here. That is why you had Charles, he's not a medical doctor, but he was trying to explain that we are going to have a nephrology unit, he said a kidney area, we are going to have a cardiology unit, a hematology unit, because it is specialized through and through. Shall we stop people going abroad for treatment until we have enough facilities? For example, yesterday when I was commissioning the cath lab in the Uganda Heart Institute, I don't know whether many of you listened, we need one cath lab for 1 million people. We are 49 million people. Now, if we are 49 and we have only one cath lab, will it stop us going abroad? No, but it will support a certain percentage. Now, the new facility that will be constructed will only have 2 cath labs. That means we have 3. Now, this one is putting 2 cath labs. It means we shall have 5. So if we have regional cath labs, then we are sure that we can treat people inside. But it is not only about the machines. The people who run the machines are the human resources. So our focus should actually be on training specialists, retaining them, and paying them well. Our focus should not be majorly on the infrastructure. The infrastructure can be there, but it will turn out to be a white elephant if we don't have the specialists. So let's talk a little more about specialists, Chair, later on in meetings where you call us. So lastly, before I sit down, I request my honorable brother, please do forgive my sister. She's just jumping. You forgive her. Allow me to respond to the questions that you want to ask her. I will respond because this is my project.
Photo, people applied, and many applied, but they had a very stringent criteria on the qualification, on the experience, on the capacity. They took them through interviews to know if they have certain skills, and the process is still ongoing. The recruitment itself cannot take place until the hospital is ready, but they are selecting the potential. If you remember what he used, he said the potential. They are selecting, they are sieving through the people who may be potential people to be recruited. But this was an open advert on the portal, and different people applied. And I think at one time, some of these specialists will have to go and attach to those hospitals. You saw the people who are collaborating with them to train them, but also as per the training plan, they showed us that they bring the specialist here so that then they start training with him to have the hands-on. But right now, they're giving them general orientation and profiling different people. So that list, I believe you will be able to provide that list to us. But that process is still open, and that process is still ongoing.
So PS, by portal you mean the Ministry of Health portal? Which portal are we looking at?
It was their portal. They have their process.
So it means it is them recruiting, not Ministry of Health.
No, it's not Ministry of Health. But when it comes to...
It is not
it's not recruitment.
It is not recruitment.
Yes.
It is identifying and enrolling people for training.
For training.
We have not started recruiting for this hospital.
Yes, we can't recruit now, otherwise they will not be working. And these are our workers, our government workers eventually, because this hospital is a Ministry of Health hospital, and they are going to be recruited using also Health Service Commission. So it's not really that they will be, these people will just sit here and recruit.
But it is not satisfactory. Whether we call it identifying or what, but you know, when you are adding value to these people, you are, and they have a certain level of, it means it's going to be very difficult.
Ring fencing.
Who was not initially one of those who identified to benefit from all these trainings, to go abroad and where. It is opaque in a way, Madam PS. It is opaque, and we as people representing Ugandans here, you can see that the entire modus operandi of doing this, there is a lot of darkness there, because I don't think Ugandans know. Really, we need to be satisfied that this thing is going to be
training. In the project's works agreement, training was one of the undertakings. And our discussion on training was that training, initial training, should not be limited only for this hospital. It should be for all our hospitals, whoever is interested. And when we started the aspect of discussions of this training in the Ministry of Health, that's where we discuss from. They come and we hold discussions. And we agreed that let us invite those who are interested in the training. By the way, there may be a cardiologist from Uganda Heart Institute interested, but does not want to work here, wants to go back to Uganda Heart Institute. There may be an oncologist who wants more skills but wants to go back to the Cancer Institute. We cannot deny them the training, because For our government employed servants already, the training is being offered free of charge. Even when the University of Milan sends its specialists here, they are supposed to train our people free, ours who are already recruited, for those who are interested. Yes, they ran an advert in their portal with our knowledge, and it went public. Whoever wanted applied and came for training, but all of them already specialists coming to add on extra knowledge, not training from the initial training of medical school. No, these are already specialists coming to add on extra knowledge, because this is already a specialized facility. It does not mean that other specialists who did not go through this training and are specialized will not be recruited. Because all over our institutions now we have fellowship programs that are going on. We have fellowship programs in oncology, in whatever. When they start recruiting, they will also consider them and reevaluate them if they meet the criteria for recruitment here. So, Honorable, if you have relatives who are already specialists, they will not be locked out. During recruitment process by Health Service Commission, they will also be evaluated.
Director, yeah, from your preliminary introduction, you told us that the Cancer Institute is being funded by the East African Community, and that it is obliged to all member states in the East African Community to do so in different areas. The multi-purpose. Oh, so this one specifically for this one. All right, I withdraw. Then secondly, you also told us that a rich man in Uganda goes to Kenya for treatment at a slightly expensive cost than a poor man being treated in Uganda cheaply. Now, given that we have seen all the installations in place, I would need clarity on one account for that. Why should our people still go Kenya, which is expensive even, leaving Uganda, which is cheaper, and the services are proper according to the explanation? Then lastly, Honorable Chair, from your information, which is factual, you have told us that the UCI borrowed $34 million for the project, and it's now requesting for a supplementary of $18 million. That is a difference of 16, almost 50% of what was borrowed. From the minister's interaction with the committee last time, she told us that it was an effect of COVID-19. How do we account for that effect to consume 50%? Is it possible that we can be given the BOQ of the previous estimated accountability in line with the new estimated accountability, so that we ascertain those values to merge together? Thank you.
Okay. But also, when the chair committee, it as a bait to members that because I'm impressed, they should do it hurriedly. No, but I'm giving the fact. Because what the ordinary Ugandan outside there knows, including the members of parliament, a lot of what we have seen is actually news to many of us. The picture was totally different. And like many of us listen to radios, you hear people advertising every wrong thing, then people go for it. And those with good things don't advertise. And people assume that maybe the good things are not there. So I want to thank you. I want to thank the team. We are here. Of course, colleagues, Uganda Cancer Institute got the first batch of the loan, which was 34.
The majority of the staff we have, you find that there are one or two bad apples. They are there. And if you land in the hands of those, you'll paint the entire institute as being like that. So to me, I think it is true. There may be one or two who are doing that. But we are also trying to find a way of actually circumventing that by identifying them and then also actually shaming them and bringing them to disciplinary action. The bad thing is that most of our patients actually do not want to disclose who is doing what. And yet actually the mechanisms are there. And we want really the public to be educated so that they know that when they report, we shall actually take action. Now, for people going outside, one of the things which we have noticed, and this is actually, we have the document, the data that shows that currently, even though the poor people are very happy with the services that we are offering, the people who are actually not being served are the middle class and the high income. They are not. Because when they come here, the setup is such that they cannot partake of these good things that we have here. So recently, with guidance from the Honorable Minister, she posed this as a question to me, that what are we going to do? There were two things she asked me. She asked, number one, what are we going to do for these people who actually have a little bit of money, but the environment is such that it's not attractive to them? We are thinking of something we can do. And that is the basis of what you saw we put in this one here. We are saying if we put up a facility like that one, which is exclusive, you come, you pay, and then we also appeal to the region so that people know that when you go to the Uganda Cancer Institute, the best experts are there, the best equipments are there, but you have to pay. Even the Ugandans who want to come here, they will actually pay. So that is still work in progress. We want support for that. And if we are given that, I think we are going to turn this place into what we will call